Hello there everybody, Subunna Nightmare. Now before we begin the video, let us look at the winner. The choice of what we're going to do with the donation button. Either the 3DS capture card device, the PS Vita capture device, a better gaming comp, or no donation button at all. And let us click and show the results. And the winner is... Wow! Actually got ourselves a pretty good turnout this time. Okay, well the winner is the better gaming comp, but let's see how many we got. 7 votes for that, 5 votes for the 3DS capture device, and 3 votes for the PS Vita capture device. Huh. Well, it looks like the winner of this is the better gaming computer. Again, more than likely a gaming comp. Okay, so here's how I'm going to do this. Obviously you won't be seeing a donation button while you're watching this video, of course. Mainly because this is kind of uploading while I'm kind of working at the same time. But I'm gonna look into the donation button. Like, I'm just gonna kind of do my research on it, make sure I know what I'm doing. But as I said in the first video, the special, my thank you for you guys is any and all money that is get from this donation button is going to go specifically to this, to, the gaming comp. Now, again, I'm not entirely sure. I just have to figure out how the donation button actually works, because I saw that there are some channels that actually do have a donation button, but more than likely, I'll probably get rid of the donation button after we get ourselves the gaming comp. I don't know. I just have to figure this out. Also, I will be trying to, to kind of speed it up. I've also been kind of saving back on some money on that, too. So, just to... Again, the donation button is specifically just for the channel itself, for, helping you guys, sort of. I'm just rambling on. The winner is the better gaming comp. You guys will probably see the donation button. I don't know when. But, anywho... Hello there everybody, Subunna Nightmare. Welcome back to Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, Nagito's dead. Honestly, I feel a little bit relieved now that Psychomaniac is dead. I know there's actually a lot of people that like Nagito, but I guess this is probably the same thing with Kazuichi. I'd probably learn a little bit more about him, but this whole story, he's just been fucking with us the whole freaking time. But... now here comes the depressing part, having to suspect all my friends. I hate that, because I like all these guys. I love all these guys, I don't want to suspect them. Okay, first what the hell's up with this Monokuma plushie? No, I didn't want to look at that. Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably, yeah, the fire grenades that we threw. Those fire grenades that we used by the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end, because the sprinklers came on. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Really? I think it would make sense to kind of suspect that because, the freaking fire grenades won't work. Lighter! The fire grenades weren't working. Oh, what the... this is... It's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. Well, this looks like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here...
Just kidding.
Ah, an oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm.
Bring it on.
It's a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well?
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Which means?
So, using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused a fire to destroy evidence? That's the only reason I could think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but... It's still a really fucked up way to die, though. Good lord, he got... Monokuma's dead? There's blood coming out of his stomach. That's a plushie. I know that's not Monokuma. Hey. No response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding. I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-sized plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal too.
Hey!
Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading.
What the heck?
What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Probably. Then why did he do it? Making a hole like he got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood. Did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you saying?
I had nothing to do with that. Huh?
You're so evil.
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monami. But you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end.
I can't lose.
I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Looks like those annoyances are gone. That's good. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. But it's better that we go ahead and mark it as a, clue. Okay, we examined the lighter, we examined the fire grenade, we examined the plushie. Let's go and talk to Sony next.
So just as I thought.
If only everyone could go home, nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish this class trial, then we can think about what will happen after. Hey Kazuichi, what do you got? One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way? It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. Well, I don't blame you. Kane, what you got? It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's, but it looks like it's different this time. It doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter?
So...
The time! Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? Well, what were we doing? Well, right now, it's
time.
It's 12:30 p.m. So it also has a clock function. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon.
All right!
Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Honestly, that was kind of like I was kind of thinking that it looks like it could have easily been, like the trap could have been set, then something activated it. Like, I don't know, maybe that fire kind of burned a rope or something and it caused, I guess, that spear to fall, maybe?
All right!
Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we find the bomb is suspicious.
Huh?
Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. Fuyuhiko, what about you?
Like...
I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma-tama reaches 0 2 days from now, what's going to happen?
Huh?
What's gonna happen?
That's obviously wrong!
This rotten school trip is gonna end, right? We can finally go back home!
Jeez.
Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen?
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey!
What do you mean something?
Shut up! Shut up!
He's making us kill each other, What could be worse than that?
Damn it!
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
You...
Then don't bring up strange stuff like that. What about you, Chiaki? She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yep.
Yeah, about that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see a girder right next to it, right? There.
see?
Can you see that red streak? It actually looks more like Pepto-Bismol, but whatever.
Yeah, it looks like a weird... That's a perfectly straight bloodline. What the hell? Huh? Oh, hell, I did not even notice that. You're right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Perhaps.
Is that blood?
Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? Plus, it's in a straight line.
That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange.
It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Yeah, definitely. That's a weird place for the blood to be right now. Okay. Is there anything else? I'm just kind of looking around here. It's weird I can't even look at these, which are strangely lined up. Am I just imagining things? That's kind of weird. Okay, now you gotta examine Nagito's body. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No. Now isn't time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. Okay, let's actually look at his body. Oh god, his eyes are open. For now, I need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. Okay, let's just look over here. His feet. Let's look there first. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stabbed his legs? Repeatedly, Jesus Christ. Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it!
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge toward him. Or they might have been torturing. Torture?
Huh?
I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? Yeah, this is clearly torture. If you disregard the spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him. If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor? Probably.
Even so.
Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge toward Nagito.
Damn it!
Refusing to let him die easily. I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. Yeah. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Torture rooms. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and look at this spear. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach.
There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my! What's this? Such a strange-looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it.
Phew!
I see, I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear.
Is this your first time looking at this too?
Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir, right? I use that to kill Mukuro Junko.
You definitely just came up with that now.
Hey! Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle.
What?
What? Nezumi Castle?
What the hell?
I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there. Damn you mice, damn you all to hell.
I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle. It looks like that part has blood on it too. Okay, that's also odd. Why is there... But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Oh, there's like a very small section. That's very weird. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Yeah. Spear of Gungnir. Okay. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange.
Strange? What?
See?
Hey, look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from where his left arm was sliced, but... Doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. That... What the...
I'm so confused. What the hell? What? Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it splattered. No, because that looks like it's the entire inside of his hand.
Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but...
There's something else that's strange?
When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand...
Well?
Here, there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger.
What the actual hell? You're right. Why is it only on this part?
See?
See? It's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win.
Yeah, sure. You win. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? That's very, very odd. That looks like Mukuro's knife. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. The only reason I know Mukuro's knife is I saw it. Somebody actually showed me this little fan art that had Mukuro and Junko. And apparently they had like this knife, and apparently this knife like that Mukuro has is like iconic to her character apparently. Then again, I don't know. He only showed me like this one little piece of fan art that showed it, and well, obviously I didn't want to be spoiled on anything, but yeah. I just remember them mentioning that Mukuro has a very specific knife, and that this is a very remnant, and that at one point in Danganronpa 2, you might see that knife. So I'm guessing that this is Mukuro's knife. Or it looks, apparently it's supposed to be like, I don't know. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? Was it stabbed all the way through? This knife, it must be from the military base. Okay, probably it's not okay. Military base. Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well?
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife.
Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand?
It cannot be!
And then they finished him off with a spear?
How cruel!
Yeah. Then does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. Why'd they need to use a spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? A reason they had to use the spear, huh? Survival knife. Okay, now we gotta look at his... Wait. What the... Burnt rope. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope, but it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be as a result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burned off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Something's not right here. Now let's look at his fucked up face. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it. It doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him.
Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me.
Chaki moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. And in one swift movement, she ripped the duct tape off of his mouth. Oh god. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it right back away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey!
Putting the duct tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed.
The blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case.
Man.
It's no use, she's not listening.
Hey.
Hey, about the blood splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape.
Huh? What's wrong with that?
Well,
This duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking toward the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape.
Seriously, what's wrong with that? She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. Okay, so he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
yep.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyway, this might be some kind of clue. I should remember it. I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly-looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? That's not a good sign. My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. And I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. Now then, I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Alright, I should try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. Okay. Let's back up a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I was right. These things all look like they're stacked up and lined up. There are a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. The panels near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall... Yeah, they were all neatly stacked up. They should have been neatly put away.
Maybe we're the ones who made this mess.
Huh?
See?
Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is...
Oh, when we bashed open the door, it would knock them over, causing a domino effect. But why would we have a need? Why would there be a domino effect? It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem.
Seriously, it'll be fine.
With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warning and slowly opened the door to the warehouse.
Huh? It's not opening.
Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay?
Didn't I tell you it'd be fine? I just gotta use a little more force.
What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protests and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Could it be? Was that it?
Well,
And there's something else I've been wondering.
hey.
These Monokumas are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line.
Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So,
Isn't that clearly strange?
Strange, that means. We can speculate this was done intentionally. Before I forget... Oh, that's a panel. Never mind. Part of me thought that was actual Monokuma I needed to click. Okay, I was just looking around for a Monokuma that I might have missed. Okay. There's the MP3 player. This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here? I'm guessing that was causing the gaudy music. It looks like that weird music was playing from here. You know that music that was blaring when the fire started? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it, that music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? Let's just talk to the people.
Looks like this side is completely soaked because of the sprinkler. Even if there's an important clue here, you might not be able to notice it.
But it's better than the warehouse burned to the ground. Good thing we were able to put out the fire.
Hey.
But there was a lot of smoke. It's a good thing we didn't go inside when we were throwing the grenades.
You are right.
I agree. If we did, we would have been caught by the sprinklers and become all wet and soggy. Sonia's all wet, she's all drenched and soggy.
Hey!
You were thinking that, huh?
Nope, not at all.
Of course not!
I wasn't thinking that at all. Bullshit.
Say what?
Why are you responding, Kazuichi? I was asking Hajime.
Whoa!
You're screwing with me.
This.
Oh my, screwing. How lewd.
Hey!
Please don't look at me with such fearful eyes. I only imagined it for a second. Kazuichi, you should probably just keep your mouth shut already. Oh, poor Kazuichi. Well, even though I did say I was gonna freaking kill him,
Hey!
there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know? Yeah, and we all were, so I don't blame you, dude.
Jeez, you're pathetic.
Think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Okay, Sonia, what do you got? Looks like Sonia's focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonia, do you have a minute?
Yes, what is it?
I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Huh? Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It is alright, it is not a bomb. How did you know, though? Why'd you know the bombs were a fake? Well... That's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the Central Island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my!
Oh my.
It cannot be!
Do you suspect me? It is a misunderstanding. I'm not the killer. Jesus shit, you son of a bitch! Whoa! Whoa! Okay. A little bit of a potty mouth there, Sonia. Is it Sonia?
I am sorry!
I am terribly sorry. I was panicking. I just randomly turn into a sailor when I panic. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
That is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered.
Please listen!
And because of that, I reached a conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How'd you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What?
I see.
I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. And I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin.
However, that plan was an utter failure.
When it was revealed that it was just a firework. Oh, there's a little Monami just watching
The
the whole
bomb
thing.
was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
Oh, God.
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange that when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. Oh yeah, one of you guys was kind of to point this out, that the moment of Kazuichi being blown away. I just now remembered that scene when in the first game when Mukuro's body exploded and Toko was just flung away. Oh, and also another one of these things that was kind of like we knew that bomb was real. So I was trying to figure out where the hell did Nagito get the bomb. And one of you guys was kind of remind me, Nagito has access to the final dead room, and basically has, access to a lot of weapons. And he must have, like you said, he must have grabbed a bomb from the final dead room. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I've explained everything.
Do you have a minute?
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. Sony's account. Okay, good. That'll be valuable. Alright, I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried.
Yeah, I am.
Well?
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range.
You mean it's good to investigate other places as well? She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the crime scene. The military base that Sonya mentioned, the plushie factory next door, the Nezumi castle where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room. If I'm going to understand the reason for his action, I need to know more about him.
I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
Can you hear me?
Hey, you guys, isn't it about time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too?
In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we had the same idea.
Huh?
What is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here.
I guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So we need to search for them in other areas. Probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely.
You don't really need to say that.
Hey!
That's okay if we leave this place.
Well, it's okay.
There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Okay, since we're literally next door, let's go and check the plushie factory. Next I'll check, I can't remember what it is. Alright. First things first, I'm curious about the fire grenades, so I'm gonna look in there. The break room is on the other side of this door. This is where we obtained the fire grenades. Anything inside? There's nothing on the floor that looks like a clue, not even trash. God dang it, I was hoping there would be something. Because I personally think that the fire grenades were tampered with or something. Like maybe they were emptied and there was no water in them. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were actually fireworks. Which reminds me, this truck looks like it came from the military base. Nagito must have brought it from there. Other than that, there's nothing. Okay, go ahead. Did not mean to yawn. There's an enormous machine, but it stopped for now. Looks like there's nothing related to the incident here. Okay, let's check the laptop again. That reminds me, when we saw Nagito's video message on this laptop.
Is he still watching this from somewhere? If he's not, then how did he time his message so perfectly?
No, it looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why do you have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get.
At the time, Nagito should have already been killed, which means that video was recorded in advance. That's right. Besides that video, there might be data on this laptop that could be used as a clue. With that thought in mind, I tried messing around with the laptop, but it's no use. It's locked. There's no way I can examine this. But if it's locked, then maybe there really is something inside. Maybe I'm overthinking this.
My!
I have never seen so many Monokumas in my life. Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you would normally run into.
However,
while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me.
well,
Head on again. I'm tired. The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Huh?
Do you have a minute?
If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group that is forcing us to kill each other would devise something like that?
Amazing!
A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism.
All right!
Let us rip these apart away so we can confirm it. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside, these wouldn't explode if we carelessly messed with it?
Easy as pie!
Either way, it is all gravy. What? All gravy? What the hell does that mean?
Enough already!
Stop! There's no bomb!
Hey,
You'll know if you just pick me up, see? All you'll feel is the soft weight of cotton.
I see. I see.
All right.
However...
Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
Who knows?
I wonder. If I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know it wasn't from the military base.
What?
To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
Please wait.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
No.
Well, if I thought if I kept it quiet would foreshadow that killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm just telling you now for the first time. Whew, I feel relieved. But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, then he bought it from the Octagon.
Well done.
I must say, you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it.
That is...
Did I say something I should not have said? It's not your fault, don't worry about it. Monokuma's account has been added. I don't think there's anything else I can examine now. Okay. Now our next stop should be the it's on this island. It's the oh yeah, the military base. You gotta look at there. To the military base. Hello, dear Kazuichi. Well, gotta look for the Monokuma. I do not see it anywhere. Okay. What do you got, bud?
Man. Damn it, this dangerous place is the reason all this messed up stuff is happening.
Hey!
Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these.
It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island who can do that. A huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed in the truck bed.
Whoa! I found it.
Huh? What'd you find?
Well, that truck bed over there has guns in it, but I also found stuff like a survival knife?
Wait, that's similar to the knife that was embedded in his hand. Isn't that the same type of knife that was stabbed in Nagito's right hand?
Maybe.
Which means the killer obtained that knife here.
All right.
So the killer is someone who visited this military base at least once.
That's everyone, though.
No, not me. This is the first time I've been here.
That sounds fishy. When I tried looking through the truck bed, it's empty. Nothing's here. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth.
However...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. But did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? It's possible that he thought that they were the real thing. No, never mind. He said as much in his video message.
So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Do you really think there are enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them.
He knew the bombs were fake. He only did what he did to weed out the traitor. No. Is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. Is there really nothing else for me to examine around here? If the bombs were fake, this might be fake too. But I'm not brave enough to check for myself. Okay, let's just check this truck one more time. A huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed in the truck bed. The same survival knife that was stabbed in Nagito's hand was here too.
Maybe. All right.
Okay, so he's basically repeating the same thing again. That means there's nothing else for me to examine. I mean, what the hell? Okay. Alright, our next stop will be Nezumi Castle, and then our final stop will be Nagito's room.
I went the wrong way.
And somehow I accidentally turned into Kermit for a second. Okay, so now we have to go to Nezumi Castle, which is not there. That's the fun house. Wait a minute. Weren't there like 3 there? Oh, that's where the spear came from. Okay. First, Fuigo.
Yo,
Look at that wall of spears. I guess it's obvious where the weapon came from. Yep, clearly came from over here. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. This spear is definitely it, right?
I see.
Just as I thought. It looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. The same whip-like cord is attached to the handle, and there's a weight at the end of it.
Also,
Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear Gunga, huh? Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use the spear and a knife?
well, yeah.
Yeah, they could have just killed him with the knife, and it would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this, with this unnecessary cold thing on it, would be easy to use. Yeah, it definitely looks hard to wield. But still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could that reason be? I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling that I've never felt before. As if Nagito is trying to make us suffer, even after he's died. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too easy to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Alright, let's go. Alright. To Nagito's room. Kind of scared to see how his room looks now that I think about it. I clearly feel like we're missing something. This investigator doesn't seem as long as... Oh, hold on. Gotta check the pet. Gotta check the little baby, make sure she's okay. Or he, I don't know the gender. Okay, to the first island. The hotels are this way, right? No, they were the other way around. Oh, never mind, there they are. I popped my neck and it hurt. Did not feel good. Okay, if I remember correctly, yeah, he was... Wow, the placement of the rooms, I'm just starting to get it. Like, damn. Huh. Okay. Oh! Monokuma and Chaki. Quite a combo here.
Hajime.
Hajime, what's this?
Oh my! You want to go inside Nagito's room too?
What are you gonna do?
I was just listening to Chiaki's request. She wants me to unlock the door to Nagito's cottage because she really needs it for the class trial. She begged me to do it while she was licking my black eye. I didn't do that.
Boy, tough
Then
crowd.
do it! It's sweet because it's made out of black bean paste.
We don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and unlock the damn door.
Fine, fine.
I guess I have no choice. I just gotta do that, right?
Now then. Ba-ba-ba-loose!
What?
Bye-bye!
See? I've opened the door. You can freely investigate now.
This isn't my first time seeing that, but why is the door open with a spell like that?
Perhaps.
Maybe the cottage key is computerized?
Hey, hey.
More importantly, let's go inside now that the door's open.
Yeah, you're right. Alright, let's see how messed up your room is, Nagito. Oh. it looks extremely normal, except for that glowing chest on the table. So Nagito was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? I can't even imagine. Wanting to see absolute hope, becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us? No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird these past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clue to that might be hidden here as well. Just taking a look around again. You never know if there's something in here. Oh, I see you. I see you hiding in there.
No.
Gotcha. Okay. Obviously, we need to investigate this. This looks really, yeah. A fancy-looking treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights is totally standing out. Could this be? Oh! Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights.
Perhaps.
That treasure box.
Chalky, you know about this?
Yep.
It's really cute.
Oh, she was just reacting. This looks like Monami's stolen treasure box. If this is here, that means the thief Monami was talking about was Nagito. But why would Nagito steal this? In order to find out, it might be good to see what's inside.
Hold it.
Is it gonna be okay? It looks a little dangerous.
It might be, but this could be some kind of clue, you know? If this wasn't important, Nagito wouldn't have stolen it from Monami in the first place. I turned back toward the treasure box and cautiously opened the lid. Oh. Inside there was a notebook. This is it? Why is a notebook inside this treasure box like it's something important? I took the notebook out of the treasure box and began leafing through it. It contained sloppy drawings as if they were drawn by children and entries that looked like chicken scratch. Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired. What is this, a diary?
Looks like it. Did Monami write these?
Probably. These pictures and entries totally suit her. I kept flipping through the pages. Day 3, day 4, day 5, page after page of poorly written entries continued on in the notebook. I don't really understand, but it looks like there aren't any clues here. And right when I was about to give up, my hand suddenly stopped on an entry titled Day 16. Day 16, we've been in the funhouse for 3 days, everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go to the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him. Huh?
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen?
Oh, it's nothing.
Stop it!
Hey! Stop! Don't look at my notebook! Whoa! From out of nowhere, Monami suddenly appeared and took the notebook out of my hand.
I won't forgive you.
I did ask you to look for my treasure box, but I never said you were allowed to peek inside. Jeez, I was close. If I had come any later, he would have seen the inside of the notebook.
Unfortunately, you were a little too late.
Huh?
But if this notebook is here, then Nagito is the thief?
No!
Betrayal! I was betrayed by my beloved student!
Hey.
Hey, that notebook, it's pretty much your diary, right?
Diary? It seems that way. That's right. This is my important diary where all my maiden secrets are written.
Hey!
Hey, you're a liar!
Ooh, you always show up out of nowhere.
Why you?
Monami, it's not good to lie, you know.
Lie?
There's no way you wrote in that notebook. After all, Monami can't even write. Huh?
What are you saying? Jeez, I can write letters easily. I can finally write the letter B.
That's wrong.
No, you can't, because you have no fingers on your hands.
Phew.
See? Bullseye. I know, because I'm the same way too.
What?
Huh? Are you mad? Are you angry that I exposed a weakling like you?
Hey.
So that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you saying?
What are you saying? There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister.
It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Eh? He said you didn't write in that notebook. Is that true? If so, then who wrote it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it?
Bye-bye.
Excuse me. Hold on! Damn it, she totally ran away again.
Yep.
The same pattern as usual. Looks like it's a waste of time to try to get answers from her.
But still, I really wanted to ask her about that notebook. Well, actually, it might be better that I didn't ask her. What's that supposed to mean? Monomi's notebook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Our time for investigating is winding down.
So,
The bookshelf might take some time to investigate, so we should try examining some other areas first.
There's a little fridge in here. There's a refrigerator.
huh?
Nice! My conscious doesn't even have a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from.
Nagito probably supplied it himself.
Why would he go to the trouble of putting a refrigerator in his room? Does he really enjoy cold drinks?
As I talked with Chiaki, I opened the refrigerator out of curiosity. There really isn't much inside except for Monokuma's special freaking poison. The only thing inside the refrigerator was a brown bottle.
For someone who likes cold drinks, doesn't look like he stocked very much. But that bottle clearly isn't a drink, right?
Really? Looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Protein powder, maybe? Read it! It says special poison! I took the brown bottle out of the fridge and started reading the label. Exclusively made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is...
Could it be?
Yeah, looks like it's poison.
poison?
Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in a little more detail. But be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it.
Stop it! If you were like that, I'm going to get nervous. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes, and it is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place, in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight.
This sure does look like a chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure.
But where did Nagito get something like this?
Well,
That question could apply to the bomb he used at the hotel, too.
Apply to the bomb.
see?
The Octagon. He must have gotten that from the Octagon.
There should be a reason Nagito was able to obtain such dangerous items.
The Octagon inside the funhouse. This poison. He must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
He was probably hiding them somewhere in his body during the last class trial.
He was hiding a bomb and poison during the class trial?
Geez, how dangerous. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle?
Just thinking about it scares me. Good lord,
hey.
Nagito, what the hell?
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. But what about this poison? Huh?
See?
It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagito use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet?
Uh-oh. Another trap?
Perhaps.
For example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that actually exists, it'd be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island.
Everyone on the island? What the hell? Nagito, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you've died? Special poison. Bed. It's the bed that comes with the cottages. It looks like she's the only one in the room, but...
Hey.
Maybe there's something hidden under his bed. It's a usual place for hiding things.
Yeah, like porn. Oh god, I don't even want to know what kind of porn he'd look up. Well, we should still check just in case. With no expectations and without thinking, I peeked under the bed and... there's something here. What? It's a plastic bag from the supermarket. It looks like there's something inside. What is... A plastic bag with gloves and a gas mask?
It looks like a gas mask and rubber gloves. These look like the real deal. Did he get these from the military base?
A gas mask and rubber gloves. He was hiding those under his bed. What did Nagito use this stuff for? I'd rather not know.
Hajime.
Hajime, was there anything else under the bed?
Let's see. I peeked under the bed once again and started looking around the area where I found the supermarket bag, and... there was a small piece of paper on the floor. A piece of paper made of blue aluminum.
A round, thin piece of aluminum, huh? It's similar to those seals that go over jars of unopened mayonnaise.
I get what you're saying, but does that mean this is just a piece of trash?
Wait. Time out.
Who knows?
It might be too soon to decide that. This is the weirdest clue I think I've ever gotten. I know I'm double checking, but... There are a lot of books and other mysterious items stuffed on this shelf. The genres and the types of items are all so random. I can't make any sense of them whatsoever.
Well,
They say a shelf is a mirror that reflects a person's heart.
Do they now?
I definitely don't know much about Nagito just by looking at this.
So what should we do? It'd be really difficult to look through all these piles.
That doesn't mean we should ignore it, though.
yep.
I'll leave it to you then, Hajime.
Wait, what?
It's better if a boy goes through another boy's things. You know, there might be private stuff here.
Well, that might be true, but...
So, I'll leave this shelf to you.
I think I just got persuaded to do this without realizing it. That is the power of Chiaki. I sighed and walked toward the shelf. One by one, I started removing the various books and items, and examining each one. But even as I examined them carefully, there were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are any clues here. The book! The Hope Speak book! Well, that file wasn't the I found a typo. I found a character typo. Hajime didn't say that, Nagito said that.
Well, that file wasn't the only one I received from Monokuma. This is another one. That seal! Indeed, it's the school badge of Hope Speak Academy.
Does that have information about our stolen memories?
Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clues about that. That file doesn't contain our information, just Hajime's information.
Nagito said this only contained information about me, but is that really true? If I look at this, it should be obvious, right? And he said I was from the reserve department and had no talent whatsoever. That might be another one of his lies, too. I opened the file I held in my hand to confirm that. Instantly, I realized something was strange. If this really was only my information, then why is this file so thick? As soon as I opened it, it was clear to me. Just as I thought, Nagito had lied to me. Aside from my information, there was information about the others. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, and Sonia. And everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information, my ass. I can't believe he'd make up such a strange lie. So that means the rest of it must be a lie too, right? I turned to the page containing my information and began reading through the content. The profile contained basic information such as my date of birth, my height and weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that specifically caught my eye. The words, reserve course student. There was no denying it. It confirmed that I truly was a reserve course student from the reserve department. Why is this the only thing that isn't a lie? Why am I the only one here who's from the reserve department? Why am I here with all the other ultimates? Yeah, that's really weird. Why is this a normal guy just stuck with all these ultimates? I don't get it.
Hey.
Hajime, did something happen?
Well, I just found a strange file.
Isn't that the special prize Nagito received when he cleared the final dead room? As I recall, your student profile should be in here.
It's not just my profile. The profiles of everyone on this island are in here too. Nagito was lying.
Huh?
When you say everyone, do you mean everyone?
Yeah, it's just basic information, but there should be profiles for all 16 of us.
Can I take a look at that file?
Chalky leaned against me and peered into the file.
You're right. My profile is really in here. But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy.
Oh, damn it.
If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Oh,
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
hold on.
Huh?
What happened?
I just noticed it right now, but
The file. His name isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
whose?
Who are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami.
His name's not in there?
Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
Oh, God.
No way!
So what if a name isn't written in that file? Perhaps, based on that, you think he might be the traitor?
No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's suspicious. He participated in the killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island and somehow gain like 200 some pounds, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious.
Well, it pains me to say this, but what you're saying about the missing name and about the killing school life?
Too bad.
It's totally wrong. There's a completely different reason.
A different reason?
You're getting all riled up.
How should I put this? You guys have been getting all worked up about that Byakuya for no reason. Which means the great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist.
That Byakuya.
You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation.
What do you mean?
What the heck?
You don't have to ask me that. You'd know the answer just by looking through these profiles, right?
Huh? Okay. My eyes turned back to the file. One by one, I started flipping through the pages and confirming the names. What the hell? And suddenly I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It could barely be considered a student profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate Imposter. The Ultimate Imposter? So fat Byakuya was not really Byakuya, just somebody who is capable of completely impersonating them, but I'm guessing this individual is just really fat. So how are they... Okay, that's what I'm thinking. The Byakuya that we knew was not the real Byakuya, so Byakuya is still a dick, it's just that this Byakuya was the only good one.
That's that Byakuya's true identity.
True identity?
He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate affluent progeny Byakuya Togami. A fake?
Hey,
The fact that this profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. Because he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. Though I'm not jealous of that at all.
That person wasn't really Byakuya Togami?
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in the killing school life?
so cool.
His physique doesn't affect his ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. Huh. Then he was lying to us the whole time?
But still.
But he couldn't help it.
Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
'Cause that was his talent.
Huh?
Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be a bit more liberating. What the hell?
Anyway,
I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
that's right.
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth.
Then, what was he trying to say to me at that time? I can't talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partly to blame. Distrusting others, and being distrusted in turn, for a long time my life has been a living hell. So that wasn't the Byakuya he was talking. That was actually the imposter saying that.
Based on the context, if I had to guess,
No.
maybe he was just complaining that he was cursed to wander the earth as nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, you never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already.
So in the end, it all leads back to memory loss.
Phew.
Jeez, the Future Foundation sure is awful. There's no way you should ignore Monami or the traitor.
Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just from looking at these 16 profiles, I still wouldn't know who's from the Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course.
Well, obviously you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys couldn't find out.
Could it be?
So it's just as I thought. You're the one who did it.
Hey,
The fact that there are 16 profiles in there is what's wrong. I mean, this traitor is a spy sent by the Future Foundation, not a student from Hope's Peak Academy.
You made a fake profile for the traitor and included it in here?
correct.
It wouldn't be fun if you figured out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey.
Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That was true from Dragito too, right? Well, probably.
Huh.
It's dripping with despair, isn't it? You wasted your precious time on something that isn't a clue.
Are you sure about this?
Was that a wise decision? Time's up, you know.
Time's up. Wait.
Bye-bye.
Excuse me for a moment.
That chime just now.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right?
Somebody's been watching Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time. So, time's up. We will begin the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock. I'll see you soon.
Somehow I doubt this is the final. The last class trial? He said that, right? He said last class trial?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial.
What do you think? Should we believe him?
Monokuma seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier, right? 2 more days? And he said something about the killing school trip ending, right?
Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
But still.
But I can't imagine that's the real end.
Huh?
I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that.
His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once?
Well,
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first.
You're right. A class trial for Nagito's murder. We're pretty screwed. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagito.
But still,
Well, you don't have to worry much.
Huh?
right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know?
You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. You seem to be like yeah, Chiaki, you definitely seem like to be the Kyoko of the group. Yeah. I like you. And now we're off to Monokuma Rock.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it, you're making me depressed.
Stupid fool!
You're making me depressed!
Um,
So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends.
But once we're through with this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
Damn it.
But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it, you know?
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial,
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I have to pull out all the stops.
What the fuck? Why are you here? You haven't realized it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island? Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know.
huh?
Huh? What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse.
Stop trying to jinx us!
I'll pick you up!
Damn right, stupid rabbit should just shut up.
Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I finally realized, after losing my powers, I realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fake fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I will fight!
Huh?
What's her deal?
I
do not really know, but she seems different from before.
Maybe she read a self-help book.
wait.
But her eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
What can you just tell by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if we started talking during the trial.
Aw, fine.
But still,
Somehow, I understand what Manami is saying, I think.
Anyway, let's get going to the last class trial.
yep.
You're right, we need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end.
I have a feeling I'm not going to like this class trial. I mean, I'm probably going to hate this class trial more than I hated the previous one. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monokuma Rock.
Yeah.
This elevator ride. This will be the last time for this too, right?
I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that.
Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials.
Yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who've survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened, this bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope, or the light of despair? Oh.
Well now,
Well then, now that chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Enough! Just fucking stop this already!
Hey!
Hey, this is it, right? This is really last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
All right!
Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end.
Now then.
Now then, let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other.
This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Komeda, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. And he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito. The killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Monokuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all the more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair, the last one, has begun. And I'm pretty sure I know it's not going to be the last one. Something's not right about the clues, though. I feel like we don't have enough clues to figure this out. I don't know what to think about this one. But I do know one thing. This is Nagito we're talking about. Something tells me that all of this is going according to his plan. The murder, everything. I feel like he had this all planned out. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about. Well, I got nothing. So I did flip a coin, and it looks like after today, tomorrow's... Actually, I don't know if I have time. I don't know. But the next video you guys will be seeing will be Higurashi Himatsubashi, and then Fate Stay Night. And I'm probably gonna have to rewrite a schedule about my... I have to probably write write down an upload schedule. But I'll figure this out eventually. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.